region already. We got through that fairly quickly. It's not going to still be wonderful when we get there, is it? I think we all know by this stage that means it's going to be in absolute ruins. It will make Moria look like Dubai. The Mines of Moria from Lord of the Rings, just another geeky reference there. I mean, in 2018, you should not be doing that with your stick. Rubbing it into someone's face. Okay, so new country, new episode. Welcome to episode 7 of Her First Time, Hayden Plays Nioh. And what are we going to be doing today? Spider Nest Castle, 8-legged freaks, fantastic. This should be good. Ooh, mission level 47, that is quite a jump. Oh well, let's get straight into it. Yep, this place is in ruins. If this is the city he wanted to show me, it has not held up well. I think we can all agree, if this is going to be a level based on spiders, it is more or less inevitable that the boss will probably be like some sort of spider lady hybrid. I say that with sort of a kind of prior experience with people are going to get so angry over this. People get really annoyed when I reference a contemporary enemy or creature. I know what we're seeing in the game derives directly from the original Japanese mythology and folklore, but who I'm going to reference, because it was my first encounter in a game with this sort of enemy, will be Quelaag. So Quelaag was one of the daughters of Chaos, a demon in Dark Souls that was half woman, half spider. And I was really interested. Oh dear, here's our first little Spidey. After fighting her, I get really interested in the etymology and kind of the origins of the creature. So I did a lot of research into it that I can talk a bit about here. Oh, I should actually say, this is, for anyone in the know, this is quite a fitting day to be doing this level, or to be starting this level at least. I don't know if I'll get it finished. It is September the 7th. Spider-Man just came out on the PS4. So the world is kind of alight with news about that. And I am here playing Nioh, a game from 2017. I'm never really up to date. I know that feeling. Can we break this? Nope. Still no breakable walls. So, oh yeah, I should point out, as you can, if you probably look up into the top left, you can see I've changed my Guardian Spirit finally. I think I might play around with that a bit this episode, just try out different spirits. It's not something I've done too much throughout the game. Oh god. Are they a fire element as well? I think that's... Okay, I should start from the start. So... Quelaag was associated with fire, and I think that that's quite sad. And she was associated with fire, which relates directly back to the original Japanese myth of the Joro-gumo, who was a yoki or a demon that would lure young, handsome men into her den to devour them. But she would have like little spider children that would all spew fire as well, so it would make sense if these spiders are fire elemental. I don't know what's spinning at me there. No, that's a guy. It's an archer, not a spider. Let's see if I can get up here to him. Oh, there's a little Kodama down there. I am not doing well. I don't know why I do so much better off camera than on. Like, I've done some pretty damn hard submissions. You might have noticed this, that I'm just kind of showing all the main missions. How do I get into him? Ah. Ugh. Don't be scared, little buddy. I'm just gonna cut your head off. Maybe make you into a little stew in a hot spring. Nom 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 nom. Okay, he's gone back. First Kodama of this region. Whoop whoop. So I have a pretty, I think it's a hot take anyway, on the whoa, he's a big boy. Damn, Daniel. I like this bat, and look at how long the bar is. Whoa-ho-ho. That is a healthy guardian spirit. That's another big one. It's not a big one, it's just a medium-sized one. What the hell? Anyway, back to the hot take that I was meant to mention. Was going to talk about there before I died. So I think that this kind of the representation of the woman spider hybrid, or the archetype of it. An archetype, I should say, is like, at least in Jungian psychology, is like the symbol, a reoccurring symbol or motif throughout like culture and painting and literature and art and all that, that represents some sort of primal fear or longing or idea that is ingrained into people. And I think the mixture of the woman and the spider kind of stems from the male subconscious fear of like the creative woman, or the female creative energy, or the woman is origin, if that makes sense. The sexuality and power that women hold. Oh dear. So like, even when translated from Japanese into English, the name Joro-gumo translates to horse spider, which kind of plays back into what I was talking about with the folklore behind it, of a woman whose favorite prey was young, handsome men that were seeking love that she would kind of entice into her lair before wrapping them up and eating them. I'm trying to kill your archer. I don't want to kill you. So, like, how does that tie into my hot take on what the archetype of this creature is? I suppose first we should talk about the symbolism of a spider, which, what's the first thing you think of when you think of a spider? I would say fear. Like, arachnophobia is... Oh, I'm going to go too far back there, let's fall into another fight. Let's go properly. Like, arachnophobia is massive amongst people now, isn't it? I know I'm terrified of fish, and yeah, that's why I would never say that it's an irrational fear, because people fear all their own stuff. But, like, think of when arachnophobia is capitalized in popular culture at the moment. You've, like, Pennywise out of It transforming into a spider. You've the movie literally Arachnophobia. You've Eight-Legged Freaks. You have Shelob in Lord of the Rings. So that straight away plays into the archetype. You have woman mixed with a literal representation of fear, but the spider isn't only kind of associated with fear. Like, there's also the idea of it as, like, because the weaver, like the spinner of yarns, which clearly I'm not too good at as I try to tell these stories, but die tonight. So, like, you have this idea that in weaving the webs and in weaving yarns, it's almost like related to creation in a way, again, is like spinning webs that lay out destiny, create these interweaving paths, which again is kind of a form of trapping someone from taking their free will. You think of like a yarn entangled in like a web of lies, the webs of destiny. Let's see, should I just... Yeah, let's go with the bat again. Because I think this is an unreal guardian, and wind might be my new favourite element. Let's chop up the eggs, and search. I mean, and like, when you talk about controlling destiny and spinning webs, like, that is manipulation, which a lot of misogynistic men might claim women try to use their sexuality for, and that would definitely kind of play into this old school archetype that this fear stems from. I think, is it the Egyptian deity Neith? She was a goddess associated with creation and their origin myth somehow, but she was also seen as a weaver, often represented with her tools for doing that. Oh, I should have kept... Don't just slash randomly, you fool! They're hard to hit. Okay. Done. Take your fate. Accept it. And what other... So there was Neith in Egypt. There was obviously Arachne in ancient Greece. It's the story of this great weaver woman who was transformed into a spider by the gods. Am I back around? Oh no, just another one of these big ones. So she could live on forever as as like the world's greatest weaver. Because obviously, weaver lady, spiders spinning their webs. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's see. Slow him down, lower his attack, and let's get out of there. Heal, jump out of the way, attack. Don't get greedy, don't get greedy. I need to start doing that key pulse to get my stamina to come back quicker. Sorry now that I'm not talking. Some of you probably love that I've shut my mouth. In which case I don't know why you've watched this far. But I should have learned my lesson not just to run into rooms by the stage with my guard down. So along with the weavers kind of been manipulators and the people that lay out destiny, I think is it the Vedic tradition or philosophy in India represents spiders as kind of the creatures that hide us from the ultimate reality, that they've created the veil that prevents us from seeing the truth. Locked from the other side again. Which, again, playing back into the archetype that my hot take is based on, makes sense. Okay. Dear, I need to get out of here. Silly. Oh no. Yeah, I deserved that. Freed from this mortal coil. Oh, nice. Oh no, not nice. Spells take so long to cast. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's worth it. Stupid! What? Now I have spiders to deal with. Ah! So I suppose you can wrap up my hot take by just really consolidating the points that I was trying to make into that, like, if both spiders and feminine archetypes separately represent fertility and the added layers that come from the spider as this kind of weaver that lays out the paths of destinies that bind and ensnare us, you can see how some old school dudes might have come up with this archetype in their mind for women. Like, it's deeply misogynistic, but I can see it being a real thing. Wow, that was a really slow dodge. That, particularly when you consider as well the anatomy of the Arcani or the Joro-gumo, that the feminine part is on the top, the recognizably human part, while the part where creation comes from and birth and life is the fearful, the spider, the monstrous, the unknowable. And that it kind of meant these dudes could have felt powerless, or that their worth was questioned because they weren't capable of the same things, and they might have been fearful that whatever sort of god that they worshipped, if you think of it, that gods are generally male, like creation gods like the Judeo-Christian Zeus, all that sort of stuff, that the fear that a woman could be responsible for creation was the end of everything for them, really. It questioned their very understandings of reality, I suppose, and that's one of the most scary things possible, isn't it? To have your whole world view challenged and questioned. The potential that men might not be the ones that should be in charge and ruling the world, and the great creators, the great makers, but we might be equal. It's scary. Not that I believe any of that or buy into it, but I'm just saying that it could have been an origin for it. I mean, what was that Swedish film? Was it Ingmar Bergman's not Through the Looking Glass, that's Alice in Wonderland. It's just like Through the Glass. One of the characters has some sort of psychosis and believes that they meet God, and God is represented as a spider in the nightmare vision that is had. I've talked about spiders a fair bit here. Not something I'm particularly scared of myself. Is there nothing down here? How often have I come back to fight that dude and just... Oh, maybe this way. Oh, deep into the caves. No, again, that looked like it should have been breakable to reveal something. Surprisingly not a trap. I suppose, talking about fears, I'm going to the dentist this afternoon, which, again, not something that particularly scares me, but I can understand where it stems from. I mean, it's quite invasive, isn't it? A stranger going into your mouth, pulling at your teeth. Still not... Have I been up here, I wonder? Like, isn't that kind of a dream, is a reoccurring dream that people have quite a lot of, all your teeth falling out? I don't know much about dream psychology, but I think that represents, like, your fear of, like, letting your guard down, or people getting past something. Like, your teeth are kind of like your shields. So you can understand, like, someone literally invading you in one of the most intimate and intrusive ways possible, and fiddling around with your protection, your armor, your psychological, subconscious armor. It makes sense. What sort of house are we in now? Oh no. I don't want to interrupt you. You do you, you do you, you do you. Aha, and I'll do me. Like a bat out of hell. Good old meatloaf. One of the only musicals I like, actually not true, I love Tenacious D and Pick Destiny. I'd rank that in one of my top 5 movies of all time, even though I know it's not good. It's just an absolute love that I have for Jack Black. But the Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, Meatloaf in that is, wow, okay. Finding secrets all over the place by just hacking through walls. Let's just sit down and chill for a bit. But Meatloaf in and like it's not an analogy, but would you say it's a metaphor for like glam rock killing traditional rock and roll, coming down from space like Ziggy Stardust. No. I feel bad for not acknowledging the fact that from all of the going along banging into walls and trying to knock them down, I actually finally found one that had a secret behind it. Oh god! Oh no, I'm guessing this is where the boss lady's gonna be. Oh, let's just suck it up and do it. Oh no, no boss. I really thought that it was gonna be her. Oh, we're just gonna have to get through her lair. So yeah, in like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, wasn't it like Frankenfurter and I forget Richard O'Brien who wrote and did he direct it? I know he definitely directed the original screen adaptations of it, but they were glam rock, and Meatloaf's Eddie was meant to represent traditional, good old-fashioned rock and roll, and they obviously murder him in cold blood. That's not the first time I've talked about glam on this, is it? I think in the very first episode I was singing New York Dolls. I said I was going to try and change up the Guardian spirits a bit in this episode, but I'm in love with the bat. Maybe the next time I die, I'll try another one. Look at that. The power. Let's not waste it anymore. Is there anyone else that needs a smack? You do. Who else wants to go? No one. Shouldn't run into danger, really, just not to be wasting that. Okay, let's see what's up here. Should have seen that coming. Oh, on either side. Lovely. Actually using my skills for a change. Not particularly well, because I'm still button bashing, but... Aw, you're gonna die just like the big ones. Or not. Oh, if I die to a little spider. Okay. No more traps. Travel amulet, don't know what that does. I presume it's something to do with online play. Which means I don't care because I don't play online. Ugh. I probably would if I had good internet, but it's always the same with Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Also paying for PS Plus every month. No. I pay for my game. That's good enough. Are we climbing up out of the nest already? Huh. I guess so. I'm scared now. We've come quite a ways. And this seems vaguely familiar, but obviously not. Oh, he's gonna come straight to life. Oh, one of these dudes. These are normally associated with submissions, at least in my head. Genie, this is a bit mental. I probably didn't deserve to get out of that. Okay. Aha, now I see why we're meant to come up here. Another one of those little things. Not particularly little. Nice one. Now just to work out where we actually go from here. I like to collect my stones. They'll come in useful someday. Is that little... Yay. I found a good few of them already in this level. That's quite nice. Oh. And I've just been running past that. Okay. I'll probably take him up on his offer. Take out that guy up there. Bow and arrow. Excellent. Kick down. Who knows where that's going to bring us back to. Let's scout it out. Oh! Right back to... No. Oh yeah, there's the shrine over there. Okay, so I was lost for absolutely ages there, and it turned out that I had to go back into that kind of little bat house where the demon kept killing me was. He was guarding a key called the key to the castle. Even though it looks like I'm going down into a valley, I presume there's going to be a castle around here somewhere. Yeah, sorry if I seem a bit stressed and on edge as well. I'm kind of in the middle of printing out a load of CVs to start handing out tomorrow, because I'm moving back up to Dublin, which in of itself is incredibly stressful because there is a massive housing crisis, and like the cheapest you can seem to get anything, like just a single bedroom in a house, is between like 500 and 700 quid, which is just crazy money for not even your own space, just a tiny little box room somewhere. Oh my god, this is going to be the end of me. So yeah, I'm going to be gone away for 4 days, so I want to get plenty of this recorded, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. Before I go, so I know that I definitely have enough in the bank before I go off doing anything. Right, let's... Where'd it go? Ha! Something went my way for a change. Nice. Arrows. Opening up a door already. That seems like it'll be a shortcut to something. Where have we come around to? Is this just open back up in on myself? Yes, it has. I've already been down here. Up here. This must be the way to the castle. We're going up high. This makes more sense that it's not down into a canyon at least. Yep. Definitely looks like a castle. Well, I say castle, but... I hate this game. I hate it. Right, let's get going. What's behind door number 1? Nothing, because it's locked from the other side. There's a shrine in there, though. I don't really like how slow my stamina is without the dog guardian. Definitely going to get him back, I think. Great power with the bat for the living weapon, but I care much more about him. It looks like that's going to be from another direction. I have to get that. Go upstairs, so where I'm probably going to have a spider drop down on me because this is the cheapest game in the world. Oh well, I say that, but it's just that I'm stupid and can't tell a trap from a mile away. You really... Kodama on the other side of the wall, because why not? Let's go down here. I think this is where the shrine was, from what I could tell. It's two very close together. Run, 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 as fast as you can. You can't catch me, Ember. I am Nioh. Phew, a door that actually opens. Okay. And what did I say about spider ladies? 10 points to Hayden. Lore Master. Don't call yourself that. Oh, it's called Joro-gumo as well. I suppose that's what they were called. Would make sense. I'm doing serious damage to her, and she's doing serious damage to me. Right, that's some slow she can do. Don't get in the way of this. Oh, dear. Probably not. I probably have an amulet that will protect against that, So it should be fine. Oh, nice. That's like Nioh when you hit his... what is she doing? Is this going to be my first try? Surely not. Maybe. I've not done any boss on my first try in this game. That would be something else entirely. Oh, hon, you were pathetic. I'll take it. That is the weight of the world off my shoulders. We'll always take the weather with you to go for a word. Boom, boom, boom.
Who are you?
Ho! Totsukuni bito yo. Nushi mo mieru kuchi ka? Joro-gumo no chagama. Hisakata buri yo. Ippuku tatete shinze yo.
The level was incredibly hard, the boss not so much. As evidence, first try. It's my pee.
わからぬか。まあよい。お主に興が湧いたわ。この茶室好きに使うがよい。主君を殺め、将軍を殺め、大仏を焼き、山岳を成したと信長に言わしめたこのわしが。主ごときに見えると思うたか。
In a spider's web with my litany.
わしのことは男女とでも呼ぶがよい。
I'll call you Whiskers. So much for experimenting with the guardian spirits in this episode. That didn't really go according to plan. Okay guys, that was episode 7 of Her First Time, Hayden Plays Nioh. If you like that, make sure to like, subscribe, share, all that sort of stuff, and see you next week for episode 8.